In 1999, two college students tried to sell their company for $1 million. The buyer said no. That company today is worth $2 trillion and is the most visited website on the entire planet. And the reason the buyer said no will make you question everything you know about business. This is the story of how Google almost never existed. In 1996, Larry Page and Sergey Brin were PhD students at Stanford University. They weren't trying to build a company. They weren't trying to get rich. They were working on a research project about how pages on the internet were connected to each other. Their idea was simple but genius. Every other search engine at the time ranked websites by how many times a keyword appeared on the page. Larry and Sergey thought differently. They believed a website must be important if lots of other websites are linking to it. The more links pointing to your website, the more trustworthy and relevant your website must be. They called it PageRank, which was named after Larry Page himself. The results were dramatically better than anything else available. Yahoo, Excite, Lycos, none of them came close. Word spread fast across Stanford's campus. Students were ditching every other search engine for this thing called Google. But Larry and Sergey had a problem. They were students, not businessmen. Running a search engine cost serious money. Servers, bandwidth, storage. They were literally running the whole thing off borrowed computers stacked in their dorm room. And they were running out of cash fast. So they decided to do the practical thing. Sell Google and go back to finishing their PhDs. In 1999, they approached Excite, one of the biggest search engines and internet portals in the world at the time. They sat down with their CEO, George Bell, and made their pitch. They offered to sell Google the entire thing for $1 million. George Bell looked at the technology. He saw immediately that it was dramatically better than their own search engine. And then he said no. His reasoning was one of the most jaw-dropping business decisions in history. Bell was worried that if Google search was too accurate, people would find exactly what they needed and immediately leave Excite's website. He wanted people browsing around, clicking on ads, staying on the site as long as possible. Better search results mean people left faster. He deliberately chose a worse product to keep people trapped on his platform for longer periods of time. Excite doesn't exist today. Larry and Sergey, they went to Yahoo. Same offer. Yahoo's founder, David Filo and Jerry Yang sat with them, looked at the technology, and also passed. They simply didn't believe search was important enough to spend $1 million on. While Yahoo was later sold to Verizon for $4.5 billion, a fraction of what it once was worth. Today, it's essentially irrelevant. So coming back, Larry and Sergey walked away from both meetings empty-handed. They went back to Stanford, seriously considering abandoning the whole project and going back to their research. Then, completely by accident, everything changed. A mutual friend of Larry and Sergey arranged a brief meeting with the co-founder of Sun Microsystems and one of Silicon Valley's most respected investors. They had a brief meeting one morning outside a Stanford professor's house. There was no conference room, no formal presentation, just Larry opening a laptop and showing Andy how the search worked. Andy watched for less than 10 minutes. He asked about revenue. He didn't ask about a business plan. He pulled out his personal checkbox and wrote a check for $100,000 on the spot, made out to Google Inc. There was just one problem. Google Inc. didn't exist yet as a legal company. So Larry and Sergey had to rush and officially incorporate just to be able to cash the check. That check, written in a driveway in under 10 minutes, was the beginning of everything. Larry and Sergey used that check to officially launch Google Inc. in September 1998 out of a garage in Menlo Park, California. More investors followed. Within a year, they had raised almost $25 million. In 2000, Google became the world's largest search engine. In 2004, they went public, and both Larry and Sergey became billionaires overnight. Then came Google, Google Maps, YouTube, Android, Chrome, Google Cloud. One by one, Google quietly took over the infrastructure of the entire internet. Today, Google processes over 8.5 billion searches every single day. It controls 92% of the global search market, and Alphabet, Google's parent company, is worth over $2 trillion, all from a $100,000 check written in a driveway in under 10 minutes. Here's what most people miss about this story. Google didn't almost fail because it had a bad product. It almost failed because the people who could have bought it were too afraid of disrupting themselves. Excite looked at something better than what they had and deliberately walked away from it. Yahoo thought the future didn't matter. Both companies are essentially dead today. The lesson is brutal but simple. The biggest threat to any successful company isn't competition from the outside. It's the fear of changing from within. Excite could have owned Google. Instead, they chose comfort, and comfort killed them. The next time you type something into Google, remember, it almost almost sold for $1 million to a company that no longer exists. Subscribe for more stories like this every week.